If you saw by any chance any of my previous videos, you probably have noticed I had a long hair. Here's why I decided to shave it. My hairline was starting to recede, and I've been researching about the subject, and I came across this doctor with a theory that sounds to me very logical and grounded on a lot of case studies to prove it. The doctor's name was Rob English, and he explains that dehydrated testosterone, the hormone known for being the one that causes common baldness, excuse me for my extremely scientific technical language, causing the appearance of scar tissues on the head, which doesn't allow hair to grow on those parts. He noticed that this same hormone appears in some other parts of the body, product of chronic muscular tension, and that led him to think that perhaps the reason for common baldness is actually chronic muscular tension of the muscles of the scalp, which also explains very beautifully why the hair doesn't fall off on the sidelines, only on the top and the front of the scalp. He talked about a simple method of massaging the scalp and releasing mechanically this muscular tension as a solution. Over the course of a year, his patients that were starting to recede their hair, their hairlines got got back to normal, like if they were never starting to go bald. That's actually incredible. So I decided to take seriously this matter and give it a try to his theory. And according to his theory, I developed one of my own as well. Since the year 2017 or so, when I had already really long hair, I started to neglect it terribly. I would spend weeks without washing it or brushing it, sometimes even months. I would not want to touch it at all, because as a result of that, it would be always very greasy. And I truly believe that because of that behavior for years, until recently my hairline started to recede. I'm planning on solving that with the following method: start washing my hair every day like I used to do when I was a child, massaging it daily in this way without chance to forget to do it. It's called habit stacking. I borrow it from James Clear, his ball as well. Also brushing it every day when it's actually long enough for that, because I will leave it grow from now on, again, until an entire year has passed and I can see the results. To facilitate this task, I shave my hair so wash it becomes easier, and so I could see more clearly the damage and how far back had gone my hairline. Also, because my hair was already pretty beat up, and I want to start growing it healthier from ground zero, taking care of it every step of the way. Also, there's a psychological component to it as well. Like Chris from First Man says, it will make you push harder and faster in your self-improvement journey. If you see yourself without your hair, which most of the times is almost 90% of your attractiveness, you realize just how much you really need to improve to be an attractive man without hair, or with it. You'll see how your physique is not on point, and it still needs a lot of work to achieve the body of your dreams. You'll see your jawline and face are not as angular as they should, especially if you also shave your beard. You'll realize you need to start mewing and hard chewing. You'll see you need to dress fashionably, and to do so properly, you also need money, and therefore status, which will also be reflected on your clothes. Everything is connected, and you'll need to improve massively in all those areas to look the best without her. Besides, in the process, you'll gain self-confidence because you'll be exposing yourself to the fear of being mostly nothing without your hair. The social awkwardness of seeing your friends and hearing everyone tell you you look ugly as fuck, and so on. A while ago, my girlfriend told me that. Still, I endured it, and I actually took the risk of doing what I knew was the best choice for myself, regardless if she would decide to leave me because of that. She didn't, but she didn't, by the way. Tonight, it's the birthday of Danny, one of my best friends, and it's not coincidental that I done this just before that. A lesser man would hide and live afraid of being seen by his peers. A lesser man would feel shame, not me. I am scared, but courage is not the absence of fear, but the will to act despite fear. I'm willing to make the ultimate sacrifice present of the present for the future, and I think that's what this really means. Be able to sacrifice today for tomorrow. That's what self-improvement is all about. I sacrifice comfort today. Instead of laying in bed in the morning, I jump out of it and take a cold shower. Instead of scrolling through social media, I meditate for a whole fucking hour while listening to music, reading and learning. And now, instead of having receding hairline that does its job, but it's nowhere near as cool as my long hair when I was 17, I just fucking shave it. I mean, and try to fix it holistically. And if it doesn't work, at least it won't be a shock to me, and I'll be ready when the time comes. As a man, you've got to get familiar with sacrifice and learn to identify meaningful sacrifices in your life, and equally important, learn to have the courage to make those sacrifices despite the pain they might bring. Learn to accept the pain and don't turn it into suffering. Learn to embrace the pain with a smile and tell it to its face, "You can't break me."